it's Ali here from tuckgurus.com. It's great to be here again, and what we're going to go over today is we're going to be talking about plugins. Now, plugins are amazing. Like when you get the framework of WordPress, you have like the basic stuff, you have a basic theme, but if you really want to make your theme better, if you want to add different things in like social media or adding forms or making certain parts of your website look good or interaction with SEO or many different types of options, then you use plugins as a way to add things to your WordPress website, add cool features that you want to add. So let's dive straight in and have a look at actually how this works. So again, we come to our back end, to the WordPress admin dashboard area, and we come down here to plugins, and we have a few options when we hover over. Install plugins, these are the plugins that are actually currently installed on your WordPress. Add new, and then plugin editor. Add new is obviously add new. Plugin editor, you really want to be super careful. That area is accessing the code, and if you're not sure what you're doing, things can go wrong pretty quickly. So we're going to go into install plugins and just have a look what that looks like. So because earlier on in the previous tutorial I installed the Astra theme, this came along with Elementor, this came along with the header and footer blocks. We had the starter templates which allowed us to choose which theme we wanted, and it also comes with something called WP Forms Lite, which is a way of creating forms inside of your WordPress. At present, you'll also notice that I've got this one with an orange circle around it. This is letting me know that a plugin needs updating. You want to really update your plugins, make sure everything is updated. Way that hackers and getting viruses into your WordPress is one way is by not having updated plugins. So if you want to update a plugin, you can just choose update. I'm just going to click on that. Most of the time it's okay, but if you wanted to, you could back up your website. You could just back up everything, make sure you got a copy of it before making these edits. But to be fair, most of the time, if it's okay with your current version, most of the time this isn't actually a problem. Okay, cool, and it says it's giving me the green, the go green, and it says updated. So that means that's been updated, and you'll notice that one has now disappeared. So what else can we do in here? Well, the cool thing is WordPress has an amazing directory of plugins. Absolutely phenomenal, like so many different types of plugins. This is actually one of the main reasons that people use WordPress. One, because it's quite simple once you understand where everything is. But two, you have access to adding so much to your WordPress. Now, you do have to be a little bit careful, like you don't want to have like so many plugins, will affect speed. Also, plugins are made by other people as well, so sometimes being hacked and stuff is done through plugins, but we're actually going to do a whole course on getting hacked, being hacked, working with errors, things like that. So at current, these are your plugins that you have. You can search the plugins, so if you have a lot of different types of plugins, you can just come in here and search, be able to find the plugin that you want easily. This isn't the search feature for new plugins. For add new plugins, you want to come up to this button here, add new, or you want to come down to under plugins, add new. It's same but different. So once inside of here, this is the directory of WordPress's plugins. At the top, you've got featured, you've got popular, so if I click on popular, this will give you the most download plugins. We've got recommended plugins. Inside of here, these are the ones that they sort of recommend. If I come back to featured quickly, so inside of here, you'll notice they got the names, they got like how many people are actually reviewed this, how many people have actually installed this. This is good to know when you're installing a plugin. Like for example, you look at this one, 5 million plus active. This is the classic editor for WordPress. You can also search plugins. So let's say you wanted some forms. Let's say you wanted a web form. You could type in forms. This would bring up different types of forms. Again, 4 million, 5 million. You can look for things like SEO. So let's say you want an SEO plugin. You can come in and do a search. If you know a particular name of a plugin, then you can do that. So I could look for, let's say, duplicate. Duplicate's a good little plugin that allows me to add pages and posts, allows me to duplicate them. So there's many different types of plugins. Facebook, like for example, I could put in social media plugins. This will bring up different things like Facebook, Instagram, Yoast. There's just endless amounts that you can add. Now, you want to make sure that it's compatible with the latest version. You also want to see that it's been updated quite recently. So let's show you how to actually install one, and then I'm actually going to show you how you can upload one as well. So if you get your plugin from an external source, like let's say you become a member of an SEO one or Elementor Pro or something like that, well, they'll get you to download a plugin. This will show you how to install it that way as well. So let's say I want to add, I don't know, let me say if I want to, I'm just going to add actually SEO Press because I'm going to need to install this. SEO Press is a SEO plugin. It runs on your website, good for working behind the scenes. It's a really good plugin. I have the pro version, but I also need to install the free version first, so I might as well do it through this in tutorial. So what you do is you type in the one that you're looking for. It'll come up here. You'll click on Install Now, we'll install it. Or if you want to know more details about the actual plugin, you can click More Details, installation, FAQs. All of this information is available about each plugin, so you can have a look. But for now, I'm just going to click Install. It's going to install it for me. Okay, so it's installed. Now, it's installed it, but it's not actually activated. So in order to make it work on the actual website, I need to click Activate. So I'm going to click Activate. And this will actually make it live on the actual WordPress website. So we'll come down here and you'll notice we've got SEO Press. We got the settings, so we can come into settings, we can look into it. This is the free version. You can use this actually. It's a really good SEO plugin. If you want to use it, there is a pro version which I'm going to update as well, just has more features. But you'll now notice on the left here, we have another section called SEO. Now, depending on the plugin, sometimes they add it inside of settings, sometimes it's inside of appearance, sometimes it's inside of tools. So it depends where your plugin locates. If you can't find, once you've installed it, you can't necessarily find where it is on the left side here. Normally they'll have like settings, or they'll have something that you can actually click on that will take you to the place, and then you'll be able to see it. For the SEO one, you'll notice down the bottom here, it comes up as SEO, and it gives me all these different features. Another thing you can do with plugins is, like, sometimes you get errors on your website, and a recommendation people will tell you is that you need to deactivate your plugins. Deactivating a plugin doesn't mean you delete the plugin. It just means you're not making it live. It allows you to turn off the plugin for the time being to see if this was the actual error. So a lot of the times is you might install lots of plugins, but then eventually you'll be like, and not end up using them, but they'll still be in here. What I like to do, again, the same way I like to do everything with WordPress, is I like to keep things tidy. So you want to either deactivate, and if you're not going to be using a plugin, just delete it. You can always bring it on again. So to deactivate a plugin, you just simply, you'll notice on the side here, you can click deactivate. So I can come up to the header and footer, I'll click deactivate, and you'll now notice it's changed. The display is now activate or delete, instead of, you'll notice where it just has deactivate. So when you see it says activate, this means you need to activate the plugin. It means it's not actually going to work for you until you click activate. So then I could come back in and I could click activate, or I could just choose delete, and that will get rid of the plugin completely. So another thing you can do is upload your own one. So I can come up here to add new, and in the same page we were at before, I can choose upload plugin. I'm going to choose a file, the file that they gave me, which is normally this one here. It's normally a zip file. I'm just going to click on it and choose open. And then I'm just going to click install now. This will install the plugin for me. This is a pro version of SEO Press. Once that happens, it will come to this page here. It says it's unpacked, it's installing the plugin, and then plugin was installed. But again, as before, if we want to make the plugin actually work, we have to choose activate plugin, and that will activate the plugin, which will make it live. And you'll now notice here I have SEO Press, which is the free version, and I have SEO Press Now, which is the pro version, and I can just come in here, add the code to activate my license to make it work. Pro versions, normally you need to activate a license. Normally plugins, all those plugins in the directory are free, But then if you want extra features, like if you wanted to speed up your website, they'll let you do it for free to a certain point, and then you'll need the pro version, which will make it better. This is how plugins work. Some plugins are just solely free. Some plugins are free, but then they have like a pro version on top of it. This SEO Press happens to be one of those. Again, as always, inside of WordPress, you can do bulk action. So if I wanted to, I could select all plugins, deactivate them all, update them all, delete them all. This offers different options than Pages and Posts. Deactivating is good, like you can deactivate in one time, or you activate them all in one time. So you have many different options. Shows you up here which ones are recently active, inactive, the ones that are active. So this is a way of just filtering through. So you'll notice I have one plugin that's not active, so it's inactive. If I click on inactive, it just shows me the plugin that's inactive. This will show me the plugins that are all active. These ones will just show me that are updates disabled, because some plugins you can set up where it automatically updates. I don't normally do that because I want to make sure, one, that the update is compatible with my latest version. So I like to come in and take control of that. And then if I come back to all, you'll notice here's all my plugins, whether they're active or inactive. So that's how you use plugins. Do some research out there, like find plugins that you think you need. There's many sort of information out there. If you're not sure, if you're looking for a particular plugin, leave a comment below. We're here to help. This is what we do on this channel. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel as it helps grow this channel. And if you're liking these videos and you want to see more, just click the like button or click the notification bell, and that will let you know when we're adding more awesome content. I hope this tutorial has been awesome for you. I look forward to seeing you guys and girls in the next tutorial. Laters, everyone.